Jimmy, what's it like to come back and play for a team that suspended you 7 games without pay when you know that they're still talking about a possible trade? What's that dynamic like to step back into that?
I guess it's basketball at this point. I know what I'm expected to do while I'm here, and try to do that to the best of my ability, but we are where we are.
How much uncertainty was there about playing tonight? How much uncertainty was there about playing tonight? Did you think you were going to play with suspension?
I knew I was going to play.
Jimmy, there's a lot said the last couple of weeks. I mean, I know it's hard to clear everything up in 1 second, but I mean, what was the plan going forward when you knew you were coming back? Was this the plan? Did you know you were at 7 games you were going to play tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they had told me. But it was a lot said by everybody, except for me, to tell you the truth. So we'll let people keep talking like they know everything, like they have all the answers. And then sooner or later, the whole truth will come out. But until then, we will continue to let people talk. And if I'm here, I will get out there and play.
You said that. How hard is it to separate fact from fiction for you? Do you even bother doing that when you hear the different things? I mean, no. Is there anything in particular that is just everything that's been said?
No. I expect for people to talk. Half the reason because don't nobody ever know what I'm really doing. So you just make up stuff, which is fine. And honestly, I really don't pay any attention to it. But I got people telling me, oh, they said this, they said that. And it's like, it's really all good. I don't have to clear anything up. You know, more power to you. Keep talking, and we'll see where we end up.
Jimmy, last time we spoke to you, you said you didn't know if you'd be able to find your joy, keep playing here. Has anything changed in the interim, and do you think coming back and getting back out on the court, that could potentially change, or are you still the same feeling that you told us 2 weeks ago?
I was told to say no comment, so no comment.
What was it like to actually hoop? I mean, to go out and
I've been hooping.
I know, but in a game tonight.
Oh,
I know
it felt good. Yeah. No, I actually hooped. I played 5-on-5. It felt good to get out there and compete. And actually run around with these guys, you know, as much as everybody may think. I don't got a problem with these guys. These guys are cool. They're my friends. Some of them tapped in. Some of y'all didn't. Don't think I don't know that. My beef not with them and never will be. Never has been. But it did feel good to get out there and play some basketball.
Kevin has tried to make levity of the situation, and you actually liked at least one of the Instagram posts. How important is it to try to laugh a little right now? I laugh a lot. And look, I tell you, my happiness off the court is at an all-time high. I got the babies. I got friends. A lot of dominoes and coffee is involved. And I like Kev, but he's not more petty than I am, and he's giving me a run for my money.
Jimmy, how is it going to be the next couple of weeks, whatever this time period is? Is it fixable? I mean, are you going to do? Is this going to be something that every night? It's going to be the same thing about questions. Okay, what's it feel like? What's going on in the background? I mean, from your perspective.
Y'all the one that asked the questions. I just answer them. So whatever questions.
Is it fixable?
Is what fixable?
This situation, the way it is now, and
no comment.
Whose idea was the Bulls jersey number 45?
Avery Hall. Avery Hall did this. That's it?
Jimmy,
Go ahead, because I like you.
Thank you, Jimmy. If you're still here February 7th.
February 7th?
The day after the deadline.
We playing a lot of what ifs, ain't we?
We are.
Yeah. Then I'm a hoop. That's it.
You will hoop.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Ma'am, obviously a lot has been said, but obviously in terms of getting a teammate back, he missed 13 days because of the sickness and then the suspension and everything. How did it feel to get Jimmy back in that starting lineup, and what did you see out of him today?
Get him back acclimated. I mean, we know what Jimmy is capable of, so it's no shocker that he found his rhythm at some point, and you know, moving forward, I feel like he's gonna continue to find his rhythm. We're gonna keep trying to win games.
Bam, there haven't been a ton of wins against Denver in the past few years. What has been the thing that they do that gives, especially your defense as a team, the most issues?
I mean, they have a guy that averages 2 guys that lead the league in triple doubles. So I mean, obviously, from that aspect, you got a lot to think about, worry about. But we'll figure it out at some point.
Obviously, coming off Coming off of the 6-game road trip, obviously, was there some maybe fatigue from that, or was it just, again, like Denver did their job and maybe you guys need to get a little better coming Sunday night?
I mean, road trip's no excuse. Everybody can make excuse about the NBA season. We got to play 82 games regardless of what team you are. So from that, I just feel like we got to lock into the details better and understand that, Denver is a team that plays off cuts. Play off back cuts, relief points, and offensive rebounding. So when you start to really understand that as a group, I feel like we'll be better.
And Bam, that matchup particularly with Joker, is it anything new every time you face him, or does he have a new wrinkle that he brings that you have to have as a challenge, or that's just every time you go up against him?
Nah, I don't think he has a wrinkle. I think he's just a good player. Like he makes plays, he makes others better, and you notice that on the court.
You get Joker tonight, you get Wemby on Sunday. Just looking ahead for one quick second, if you don't mind, we all know that the ceiling for Wemby is limitless, but you've gone up against him a few times now. You saw him this summer, obviously. Is he kind of ahead of whatever schedule you thought he'd be on as far as his trajectory toward stardom?
I feel like he's on the right path. He's in a great organization that they're gonna actually build around him and make him he already is the franchise, but like really make him the franchise and understanding what they have in their hands. So, that franchise is definitely gonna take care of him.
Tyler, it would only make sense that it's an adjustment when you bring back a player like Jimmy. So after going 7 games, 2 weeks without him, really no practices either, what was it like sort of reemerging, different lineup, and how different did it feel? And will this be a process?
I don't think so. Played 5 or 6 years with Jimmy, so we know how to get things in order.
Yeah, there's some on the outside will point to idea of Jimmy being back maybe as kind of awkward after everything that's transpired the past few weeks. How has that process been like, just of him today coming back, walk through, and just welcoming him back to the team?
Yeah, it's been good. Just getting Jimmy back. Obviously, him being gone for an extended period of time is obviously an adjustment just to bring him back. But I was happy to see him, back in action.
Any questions?
Just talking about the loss in general, what did Denver do maybe defensively to kind of maybe get you guys off rhythm, or was it they were just so effective on offense?
Yeah, our defense wasn't. They scored 30 in every single quarter. That's not going to cut it at all.
Spoke about the defense last 3 games that guys have kind of strayed away from that identity. What have you kind of noticed these last 3 games on that end of the court?
I think teams just getting a little too comfortable coming out at the start of the games, seeing bucket after bucket go through. They build a confidence from there, and then they're able to kind of play with the rhythm and the flow for the rest of the game. So I think it's on me and the rest of the starters to come out with more of a disposition, on that side of the ball to help, disrupt their rhythm, disrupt their best players' timing and everything like that, just so throughout the game they have to kind of search for rhythm throughout the game opposed to coming into the game, starting the game with rhythm.
The last time we got a chance to talk to Jimmy here, he spoke about getting more involved, more engaged, trying to find his joy again. In this game, he had, I think, 1 rebound, no assists in the first half, came on a little bit more. Are you working toward more of a game with Jimmy, and do you need him to be maybe more involved across the board than we got in this initial game back?
I don't know. We haven't seen him, obviously in a couple weeks. He hasn't played a lot of games, so that is likely, part of this. I know what storylines you're looking for. I know what you want to talk about. I know what I saw out there from a defensive standpoint. It was not good enough. And that's 3 straight games now. We've found our identity of how we can win games, and then, in 3 games, we haven't been able to put that together, commit to that side of the floor, and we've paid the price.
Speaking of the defense, just from the start, it seemed like they were able to get whatever they want to.
Yeah.
3 point.
I mean, they're not an easy team to guard. That's for sure. They play with great pace. It's one of the most underrated things that they do. They really push. Jokic has a great feel for that. I think Westbrook has really helped, their style of play. He just pushes it, and it's not necessarily the transition points. It's the cross matches they get. They get you scrambling around, trying to fix the matchups, and then they, end up with a wide open shot.
Even giving your younger guys some grace and allowing for some mistakes defensively, they won the minutes without Jokic on the floor tonight. This game and the last couple games, as you just said, what are you seeing from your bench group and the young guys, and where do they need to be coming along?
They're making progress. Their first half minutes were very good. Second half, it was a little bit more uneven, but for the majority of that road trip, they played consistently impactful minutes, and each one of them have had different moments where they've really made you notice. But as a unit, that's been one of the bright spots, for sure.
I know you hate excuses and don't make them, but everybody in the NBA says the first game back from a long trip is the worst. What is it that makes it so difficult when you do get back? Is it just fatigue from the road, or is it?
Yeah, I think by the tip-off, I think we all felt fine. If you asked us to play a game last night after the red eye, you probably would have felt a little bit different. But today, we're looking forward to it. I didn't feel that was a factor, in tonight's game at all. That was the Denver Nuggets that did this to us. Okay, thank you.